How did a Russian hunter take down a 500-kilogram wild boar? When it comes to invasive wild boars, we certainly think of the most ferocious destroyers of American agriculture. But few people notice that in Russia, they are equally harmful to this country's agriculture. To prevent it, Russian hunters carried out hunts to control the number of wild boars. But the most famous is a hunter who took down a 500-kilogram wild boar, considered the largest in the world. So, how did they do it? Let's explore now! As an omnivore feeding mainly on plant foods in which agricultural crops occupy a prominent position, wild boars cannot help but cause harm to crops. Wild boars harm agriculture not only by eating them, but also by breaking tree trunks and rendering some agricultural crops unharvestable. Not only that, they also dig up layers of cropland, causing countless plants to die. In large fields, wild boars invade corn and wheat fields, making it difficult for farmers to detect them. Only when the harvesting machines work do they rush out. Only then did the farmers discover the intruders were destroying their crops. In addition, when operating in grassland areas, wild boars cause heavy damage and disturb the grass layer. Even packed roads are not guaranteed against damage caused by wild boars. In some residential areas on the outskirts of the city, wild boars can also invade people's houses or public areas. Although they do not often attack humans, they can destroy furniture and make people around them afraid. They can also attack livestock and farm animals. Moreover, wild boars are also the main cause of diseases that spread to cattle farms in Russia. In general, the influence of wild boar is not small on Russian agriculture. Therefore, farmers need to take interventive measures to prevent the destructive power of wild boars. The most effective method is to hunt wild boars to both reduce the number and harvest an abundant food source. Unlike many regions in the world, the climate in Russia has very harsh winters. Most of the territory often has snow in the winter, so wild boar hunting trips are not easy. Hunting wild boars poses significant dangers as they often rush at hunters and can cause injury with their powerful fangs. Therefore, when hunting wild boars, hunters often choose a discreet location to hide and hunt wild boars when the opportunity arises. If necessary, you can bring bait such as corn, barley, or rice to attract wild boars. This will be more helpful for hunting. At night, wild boars often appear in sown fields where they forage. Hunters often have difficulty seeing due to darkness, and it is difficult to kill wild boars. However, technology has developed to create thermal imaging devices that makes it easier for hunters. Thermal imaging can help hunters detect wild boar in the dark dozens of meters away, and they can easily defeat a wild boar with just a few shots. The weight of an adult wild boar usually does not exceed 100 kilograms. However, they can reach 150 to 200 kilograms. Sometimes in Russia, people also find individuals weighing up to 275 kilograms. When it comes to a wild boar weighing 500 kilograms, perhaps no one will believe that such a giant wild boar exists. But a Russian hunter proved it. He hunted down the wild boar and killed it with a fatal shot. Although the wild boar had escaped from his hunter before. With a weight of up to hundreds of kilograms, wild boars are 3 to 4 times the size of an adult man. Yet it is difficult for them to escape human hunting. One of the instincts of wild boars is that they are really good burrowers. In harsh winters, giant wild boars can dig very deep burrows to shelter and avoid the cold. Perhaps they could not have imagined that the safest place would become the most dangerous place. A lone hunter probably wouldn't discover a wild boar's den, but for hunting dogs, it's simple. Hunting dogs are considered close friends of hunters as they play the role of tracking wild boars. Even though they hid in the cave, the wild boar still could not escape the hunter's bullets. How will the wild boars be handled after being defeated? Of course, people will process them into food and drink. Russians believe that everything on the boar's body is valuable. Wild boar meat, skin, fur, and even teeth are considered a valuable commodity, in demand both at home and abroad. On average, an adult wild boar can produce up to 50 kilograms of delicious, nutritious meat and lard. Wild boar meat in Russia has a mild flavor. In particular, this protein-rich food source is very suitable for people in cold climates. Wild boar meat is very valuable in winter, helping Russians resist harsh winter weather. Today's video ends here. How do you feel today? Please comment a lot below to let us know. Don't forget, click like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. For now, goodbye and see you again in the next videos.